Good night, folks. George Hanson, the Pope of Pugilism. We have a good one for you tonight. With me, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the 16-minute man. And I'm not talking about his love life. Celebrity boxing promoter, former professional boxer. They used to call him the Jewish Rocky, Damon Feldman. Welcome, Damon. It's great having you back, man.
Oh, man, Paul. I just really appreciate you having me, George. I really do. Thank you.
Yep, this is great, man. I mean, it's the day after the so-called Patriots stormed the White House. I just want to leave a marker for history. We have a lot to talk about. But let's talk about celebrity boxing. An ingenious idea to put celebrities in the boxing ring, make money, have fun.
Well, we're working on making the money. It's taking step by step. Doing good, but yeah, it all happened back when I asked a radio DJ to take on this weatherman from NBC.
Mm-hmm.
Came up with niche, and I worked the deal out with Fox, Dick Clark Productions, and Celebrity Boxing was made. After it didn't work with them, I kept as it's just a tour show, road to road, and I traveled. Yeah, I've done it all, man. It's been a really cool journey, George.
And it's ingenious to see coming from a boxer. A lot of people don't know you've been around boxing your entire life. You were undefeated as a professional fighter, 9-0, 4 knockouts. You grew up Frank the Animal Fletcher, middleweight contender, and Anthony Two Guns Fletcher. They literally were your uncles and mentors.
And the Rev, Elvin Thompson.
Elvin Thompson.
They were guys that if it wasn't for them, I honestly, man, I don't know if me and my brother be here right now. You know what I mean? Like 40, Troy Fletcher, Kevin Perry. I don't know if you remember him.
Yes, I remember Kevin.
Dick Turner, Al Fennell, Robert Hines, Bernard Hopkins, all these guys sort of were mentors in our lives. You know what I mean? Like we weren't two regular white Jewish guys. You know what I mean? Like we got a really good understanding of life, and like you were gonna say about the race stuff, man, like what happened at the White House. I can't even look at it. I don't watch the TV, and anybody that's racial, it just that's just not me, man. It's hurtful. It really is, because
it is.
Like you, man, I love you. You know what I mean? Like everything you do, your knowledge of boxing. That's it. I don't want to talk too much.
But for celebrity boxing, and I'll get off the White House topic. One celebrity fight I would like to see, Donald Trump Jr. versus my man, Michael Rappaport.
Oh, God.
I would love to see Rapp and Don Jr. get in the ring.
Yo, Joe, it's crazy you brought Rappaport up, because the guy is fighting.
I love Rapp.
Really? Do you know him?
No, I just follow him a lot, and
you guys
Dave Chappelle have this thing. Remember Dave Chappelle used to do the race draft?
Yeah.
So every year I post the race draft. The Jamaican delegation takes Mike Rappaport. Every year we draft him.
that's something else.
We draft him for number 1, and they can have Candace Owens.
Hey, he's another Jewish guy. He talks in the hood. You know what I mean?
But Rapp, man, him and Don Jr., if we could have that for celebrity boxing.
I'll be honest with you, man. George, that's a great, interesting matchup, because the way he crushes Trump in his interviews, and Donald Trump Jr., crazy story, is the guy who gave me the chance at the Trump Taj Mahal of celebrity boxing 11 years ago, right? And he's the one that really wanted it. And I only met him once, and that would be great, man, because I doubt he would do it, but that would be cool. You have to ref that one.
But I doubt if they'll ever do it. I mean, the Trumps are really paper tigers. A lot of talk, no action. I mean, I'll put my house on Rapp to win by knockout.
Yeah, he might, man. I mean, we got to get him in shape. We got to train. You got to train them.
I'll train rap. But moving along, man, you've had some interesting characters. Rodney King, Jose Canseco versus Vi Sukahema. Talk to me about that, because Vi was actually a Golden Glove champ, I believe, in Arizona.
I think so, yeah. And
Yes.
well, how that happened was Vi did a little fight for me. He wanted to fight Danny Bonaducci, and it didn't happen. Bonaducci was a little small when I brought Bonaducci here. So we ended up not doing the fight with him and Bonaducci. So Canseco came along, and I was young in this game. I didn't understand. So I got the partners in it. Man, probably a big mistake on a financial end, but it did. It built me to where I am now. It was interesting. Vi took this, man. He was training with Larry Holmes.
Oh,
He came out. He knocked him out in 30 seconds.
Man, but I looked at it, and Vi had some fast hands. His technique was impeccable. And they would say his style was impetuous. His defense was impregnable.
That's Mike Tyson, man.
Yes, he just destroyed Canseco, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was like, I look back at those times, man. It's like it built me where I was today. Like I never would have thought I'd be saying that. You know what I mean? All these weird fights, Octomom, Tanya Harding threatening to punch me in the face. You know, like crazy stuff. And it took me on 3 TV court shows. I won them all. Howard Stern show, all of me. You know, it's just been a great journey, George. You know, I don't know if you know, my mom was a quadriplegic in a wheelchair.
Yes.
So celebrity boxing was my therapy, man. I didn't really, it just kept me as it was a high for me, being able to promote fights. I was able to fight again. Just fell in love with it, man. I love what I do. I love working with people. And it's really cool because the undercard matches are just regular guys giving them a chance.
But it's an ingenious idea, Damon.
Thank you.
Just to think about it, it's like you were sitting in Montego Bay somewhere with some red stripe and a joint, and go, man, maybe I should put celebrities in the ring and call it celebrity boxing. That's a cool idea. It's an ingenious idea, and we see people are copying now with Nate, but they're actually Nate Robinson, the basketball player, got knocked out by Jake Paul, and it's catching on now. Everybody is copying celebrity boxing, and you are truly the godfather of celebrity boxing. You started in the industry, and now it has blossomed.
Well, 100%. And I was like, I'm a trademark company, so it keeps promoting me, which is fine. But see, what they're doing is like the celebrities are turning into pro fighters, which I think is making a mockery of the sport. They should be in celebrity boxing. That's what they should be. Nate Robinson, was like Jake Paul. They're not professional. They're not professional fighters, man. You know what I mean? Like
they got a professional license, and I wonder about those commissions. They shouldn't have.
Well, there you go, man. Like, how would you license like Nate here's the perfect example. A guy who's 0-8 in Philadelphia who won't get a boxing license would knock Nate Robinson out. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And a guy from, say, can you imagine Nate Robinson or Jake Paul against you? You know what I mean? Like, you knock him out. Like, it's just, they're making a mockery of it, but it falls back to celebrity boxing. So people have to understand what celebrity boxing is. It's a show. It's, headgear, bigger gloves. And then no one's it's controlled entertainment. I'm more like the WWE version of boxing. Things are working. But, it took time to build, man. You know what I mean? And step by step, I went through craziness with athletic commissioners, everybody trying to be, I don't want to say names, but try to be like macho guys, like with athletic, commissioners trying to step in the ring and holding me down. Like,
I've read all the stories. I've read all the stories, and I know some of the people you're talking about. But you persevered, and you put on some great shows. One that I went to April 8th, 2016, 2300 Arena. My man, Big Brody in Tyrone. And that was a great show, came out to cover it. Big Brody came out. They 40 hit Tyrone. And in the second round, Tyrone turned into Bruce Leroy and threw a karate kick
Yeah.
and was disqualified. Talk to me about that show. It was packed in the arena. People
That was
from
something,
the
man. I'll
rap
tell you that.
industry came out. Everybody came out.
Yeah. Well, Gilly was there. You know, Dilly the Kid is my man.
Yeah, Gilly the Kid. Yep.
Everybody was there, man. It was like the Hollywood of Philly, but it was like this internet showdown. Two
Right.
wild guys on the internet, and it kicked off for social media. And I wish they would have listened because it would have been way better. But Brody was good. Tyrone has his own way to think, but man, that was just a great show to start because then it brought me into Sugar Ray Leonard Jr. versus Marvin Hagler Jr.
Right.
30 years for Father's fight. Unfortunately, a situation happened, didn't happen, but yeah, man, it kicks a lot of stuff off for me. But it's not where I would end up with those two guys. But you know, Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler Jr. Something like that is the ultimate goal for celebrity boxing.
And it was really nice. The energy. I came out to cover it, Chris and myself.
I remember.
The energy was
You
there
interviewed me.
in the building. A lot of people from the music industry, professionals. I mean, you had the who's of who in Philly.
Yeah.
From all walks of life.
That
it was just so much
man.
energy in the building that night.
That was it was amazing. It really was. And I look back at it. And if you see the video, they got 3 million views. Like,
yes,
millions of people watched this thing. And like, yeah, it was something, man. It was really a lot of fun.
I had fun interviewing both fighters, Brody and Tyrone. Brody told me to tell Tyrone he better have a pillow because he have a blanket for him and go back. And Tyrone said, okay, I'll have a blanket for him also. He's going to go to sleep in the ring. So it was just great going back and forth and interviewing both fighters. It was a great show.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, man. We had a great referee too, Tone Trump, who's a local Philadelphia rapper. He also was had a great piece in the Creed movie. Cool. I remember you there, man. I remember I did an interview with you upstairs, and
right.
I was hyped. I was really actually, it was weird because I remember when you walked in, I was like, George Hanson's here. What's up? I remember that. Like, I was pretty excited. Yeah, it was a really good time, George.
It was a great show. Let's talk about it. You started in the industry, and I do agree with you. These celebrities should go to celebrity boxing instead of getting professional license because in your shows they're wearing bigger gloves, they're wearing headgear, and it's a lot safer.
Well, what does everybody talk about? One thing. Sure, he got knocked out, but how about if he got seriously hurt? Nate Robinson. He got knocked out hard, man. It wasn't just some easy. He wasn't prepared for that, but he would be better for celebrity boxing. Now, if it was like that with the gloves and headgear, he probably wouldn't have got knocked out. But you know, listen, man, there's a reason pro boxing's pro boxing, celebrity boxing, no matter what, you know.
And there's a reason I play Madden football and don't line up on the front line for the Eagles.
My man, yeah.
It's the same thing. I'm going to get killed.
Hey, I had to say, because I saw your picture the other day when you were younger, like training, man. I was like, man, look at George. Yeah, that was awesome. Well, you're like 14 years old or something.
Yes.
That was really cool, man. That's really, it made my heart smile, man. I was like, man, look at George. You know what I mean? It was cool.
Yeah. Now let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. We know the professional fights that have to be made. Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford in the welterweight division.
Oh, yeah,
in the heavyweight division, we have the Gypsy King and my man Anthony Joshua.
Sure.
Celebrity boxing. What are the matches you would like to make?
Well, one I've been wanting to do for years is Mark Wahlberg versus Will Smith.
Oh, Will can rumble.
Was that?
That's Ali, man. That's Will Smith.
Yeah. And I love Will Smith, a Philly guy. But Wahlberg did the Mickey Ward movie. He played Mickey Ward, and Ali and Will played Ali.
Yes.
And And do you ever see Kevin Hart train, man? This guy got hands. I love Kevin Hart. Man, his hands
Kevin,
are like,
yes, I've been watching him train.
I always thought Kevin would be the most, because I thought Meldrick Taylor should get a movie. Kevin Hart would be the perfect Meldrick Taylor for that movie.
He would. He would. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. I've watched Kevin train. I would love to see Kevin in celebrity boxing.
Oh yeah, man. He would be really cool. You know who trains him? Do you remember Xavier Biggs?
Yes.
Xavier trains him in Atlanta. I was just talking to Xavier the other day because I had another former basketball player going to
Mhm.
fight possibly, and he's in Atlanta. But he trained Usher for the Duran movie, and when he played Leonard, and he trains Kevin Hart. It's pretty cool, man. Like, and he has Hart looking good. I was like, damn, Kevin. I know, look, he's set with his career and all, but that he had hands. He would be great to do a movie for boxing. I think, and he's a Philly. He should be a Philly guy playing another Philly guy. That'd be amazing.
Him playing Meldrick Taylor, yes.
Yeah,
And
that's a movie for sure. The whole story, the Olympic gold medalist, and the fight that ruined his life and career, him versus Chavez, won the whole fight. That's a real Rocky story, to be honest.
it
Like,
is. It is.
when you say Rocky, Rocky's Rocky, but it's a real triumph of story. Like the way Melder, man, he beat Chavez up, and it was, you can't watch that match. Like, what was you got to understand? Yeah, you don't know how long time is, but Richard Steele, what are you thinking about, man? Like, they couldn't even have threw another punch in the bell with a rang. You know what I mean? But,
Exactly.
who knows what to think? Don King was involved, but you know, I guess he saw that, Melrick being beat up. But man, I mean, that just think now we go, what would have happened to Melvick Taylor if he won that fight? Then what happens? Do you still think he would have went downhill because of the beating he took?
I don't think so. I think he would have had time to recuperate. But you and I know boxing is 90% mental.
Yeah,
And him beating Chavez, that would have done so much for him.
that's true, man.
Yes.
Because he did come back and beat Aaron. Was it Aaron Davis?
Superman Davis.
I remember that he beat him up
Yeah.
pretty. Won his second title.
Yeah.
Then he just went downhill. He fought Chavez again, and he was.
Yeah.
Man, that was tough to see, man.
Meldrick, just think about it. To win a gold medal, it's 17 years old.
Yeah, that's amazing. He was a star. He had money since he was younger. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's unbelievable. It's just like you look at Floyd's story too, man. Like what Floyd's done for boxing and just people. I don't care what color you are, anything, dude. Man, I'm such a Floyd fan. Like what that guy has done, like with his boxing career. Okay, everything he did, family, all that. But what he has accomplished, how successful this guy is outside the ring, that's just amazing.
And I know people who know Floyd. I'm friends with his uncle, and I have friends who live in Vegas.
Yeah.
He's one of the most giving and generous individuals.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of people that Floyd has helped, it's just utterly amazing. People, I talk to people all the time, and they see Floyd, and they say, "Oh, he's this, he's that." The man has to sell tickets, pretty much like Ali.
Sure.
But when you talk about a humanitarian and a giving person who's truly committed to helping people,
yeah,
that's Floyd Mayweather.
Well, even like when George Floyd got killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he didn't want any press. Someone leaked it. He didn't want anybody. He cut that check for the funeral. But the thing he's done for other people, like, he's a giving guy. You're right, man. We don't. You always hear the stupid bad stuff sometimes, but let's hear the good stuff where he don't want anybody to know where he helps some families out, help poor people out, help sick people out. I know Floyd's like that, and I don't even know him.
Oh, I have enough stories, man. And feeding the homeless. There's a guy, Marvin Garris, Machine Gun Garris.
My
I
man,
think Marvin
yeah,
Garris' daughter went out to Vegas on spring break years ago, and she ran into Floyd, and she goes, "Oh, my dad was in the Nationals with you." And Floyd said, "Who's your dad?" She goes, "Marvin Garris from Philly." He goes, "I know Marvin. He paid for her and her girlfriend everybody's hotel bill and stay out in Vegas on spring break.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
Nah, he's an amazing guy, man. But
Yeah.
like Ali, a lot of people didn't like Ali, but as Muhammad said, you come to watch me lose, you come to watch me win, as long as you pay. And I have to give it to Floyd. A small guy became the richest guy in boxing.
Sure. And you
Not
saw
the heavyweight.
Hey, look who he surrounded himself with.
Yes.
It's big business people, and
yeah.
And he's a great family guy. Look, his uncle, his dad was training. They love each other. You know what I mean? Like people, you can't always read the media anyway, but yeah, man, it's just and what in the long story short, they talk bad about Ali. Who cares? Dude, to this day, I'll spend 6 hours a day just watching Ali's. How do you not like Ali? Listen, he stood up for not going to Vietnam, whatever.
Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
He refused induction on the grounds of his religious convictions on war.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some poor hungry people in the mud for big powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger.
Listen, I wouldn't go either. Why would I? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like that guy didn't have to go. Like everybody has their own reasons, but there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people. Just live your life. You know what I mean?
Live your life, man. And let's talk about another venture you had. The Beauty Battles, another brand. I enjoy the Beauty Battles because I did one of your press conferences. Talk to me about that. You have beauticians competing on stage, a competition, another ingenious idea.
Well, you know what, George, I was throwing things up against the wall to try to see what stuck. I still am. And I hit a brick wall at that time. So stupid mistake. I went away for 13 months. I woke up and I haven't had a drink in 4.5 years. Stupid mistakes, right? But I tried that out because it was something I wanted to do with one of my ex-girlfriends. And it's just something I tried because I wanted to get away from boxing for some reason. But I fell back into celebrity boxing, and it's bigger than ever now.
Yeah, it's a smart move. So you have some upcoming shows in Atlantic City, the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Talk to me about those.
Yeah, we're doing Social Media Showdown in Florida.
Okay.
We have also the Bahamas. We have the Real Housewives, Joe Giudice taking on Ohani Noah, Jennifer Lopez's first husband. And the referee is James Buster Douglas, who I'm very good friends with. Yeah, and then, we're going to do Tim Witherspoon's coming back to do something for us in Atlantic City, because Atlantic City is our home, basically, at the Showboat. It's a pretty cool place, and they're doing a lot. And actually, the owner of the place is a very good friend, Bart Bladstein, amazing guy. And, some good things on the horizon, and working different deals, and just being a father too, you know what I mean?
Yes. So you're going to be very active with the celebrity boxing. You mentioned Tim Witherspoon, another great guy.
Amazing guy.
Two-time heavyweight champ from Philly.
And unbelievable father. Honestly, an unbelievable friend, man. He's a guy, he was cheated a lot in his career. And, but look, he made mistakes. And how do you learn in life? If you don't get to where you want to be in life, if you don't make mistakes. But he learned it all. He's just an amazing guy and a friend, and he's a guy that I'll always love, man, because I got my first shot on TV when I did the USA Tuesday Night Fights, the Blue Horizon. He was fighting Art Tucker, and I was a swing bout. Tony Green, Dynamite Green, knocked someone out, and I got the shot to get in there to do the fight, dude. I'll never forget that, man. They came back, they're like, "Yo, dude, you're fighting on TV." What? I didn't know what to do, dude. I started getting hyped up, and it was a great feeling, George, man. It was like, I was like fighting right before Tim Witherspoon. And that was crazy. I mean, this place there was 2,000 people there, and you couldn't move in the place. You know what I mean? It's so hot. And what an opportunity it was just to fight before terrible Tim Witherspoon,
Man, I've known Tim since I was 14, and he's a friend. One of the greatest human beings I've ever met. I'm like Forrest Gump. I know Tim Witherspoon. I'm friends with Tim Witherspoon. And I got to get him on here, man. And it's ironic you mentioned the Blue Horizon. These chairs, I have 2 of the chairs from the legendary Blue Horizon.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm sitting in them right here. Mr.
Really?
Local Michael, the owner,
Yeah.
when I started covering fights at the Blue Horizon in 2006, she sat me next to her ringside. Miss Michael became like my second mom.
That's awesome, man.
And one Sunday, she said, George, where are you at? I said, Miss Michael, I'm home. I have something for you. She drove to my house with these 2 chairs. So great
cool.
lady, man. I
She's nice.
Michael like my second mom.
Yeah. I remember I met her a few times. I remember she was trying to do something like a film studio, something at the Blue Horizon instead, but her and her partner. Yeah. Very nice woman. Very nice.
These chairs were heading back to Jamaica with me when I retired.
Yeah, you're awesome. Are you a boxing historian too?
Oh my God. I read everything, man. I got to show you something I got today. I collect books, I read. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I got in an argument with someone who tried to tell me Jack Dempsey would have beaten Jack Johnson. And I said, there's about a 17-year gap. I said, even after Johnson lost to Willard, he would have beaten Dempsey. So I was always intrigued. So I went and got Dempsey's book.
Wow, man. I didn't even know
got
he
it
had a
on
book.
Amazon. It's the original, first edition hardcover. So Dempsey actually wrote this book with someone. So intriguing character. So I'm reading it. I read Archie Moore's book. I read everything on Sugar Ray Robinson. I read Jack Johnson's autobiography. I have Nat Fleischer's, The Pictorial History of Boxing. I've read,
awesome.
I read that entire thing since when I was 12 years old. So
it's amazing, man.
I'm always reading.
Well, it's funny you said Jack Johnson because I really started hearing his name. Remember when they pardoned him? I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Because Stallone actually made it happen, really. Stallone and Lennox Lewis and Deontay Wilder, who's a phenomenal guy, man. Deontay Wilder, I just love that guy, right? But Jack Johnson's story is just amazing. And he deserved to be, I definitely think Jack Johnson, I only saw little videos. Yeah, he definitely would have beat Dempsey. Was too small. Dempsey was like 180 pounds.
188. People don't realize it. Jack Johnson fought until he was 56 years old.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, he did. Wow. Yes. A defensive wizard. Just a great fighter.
Could you imagine George being back there those days? Like, they were cool. Like, you go to a fight, 100,000 people show up, like they did in Philly. Like, I think it was who was it? Marciano and Walcott or something like that. 100,000 people coming to a boxing match, man.
I think that was Dempsey, Jack Dempsey, and George Carpentier.
Oh yeah. And Gene Tooney, they fought in Philly, right?
They sold out the stadium, which was like they made over $1 million. The gate, $1,700,000 or something. It was just incredible.
But was there TV then? Like, how did they do it off closed circuit?
Radio.
So would they make, like, how would it work? You know, like how you have TV deals, like with radio.
I couldn't tell the legality of it. I think for Jack Johnson, it wasn't live when he fought Jess Willard and all those fights when he fought James Day Jeffrey. They did tape it, and they would show it in movie theaters.
Right. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah.
It's really cool, man. Like, I remember when they did like the fights in the 70s, I think it was like Foreman versus Joe Frazier, and it was closed circuit. Like,
closed circuit.
So they must I don't know how that worked, the closed circuit, because you only use the pay-per-view buying it now, but would they just pay a fee? And they must have made, I mean, if they're doing it over the world, how do you get the money from that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think you license it out.
Right.
And they pay a fee, and people go in the theater to watch it, and you pay to watch it. Yeah.
Right.
But it's interesting. Boxing has changed, man, now with pay-per-view and everything. And I'm looking at celebrity boxing. you get the right people. I think in the upcoming years, it's going to be huge, and you're at the forefront.
Yeah. Well, here and the truth is, George, you're right, because you get two big stars right now, especially. There's nothing going on in Hollywood. There's nothing in athletes. So why not two big stars to step in the ring, have some fun with it, jab around, to build up, and people are going to buy it. Just like what they listen. Roy Jones, he's been knocked out a lot, but he's a legend, no doubt. Tyson hasn't fought in 15 years. They did 1.6 million. And what sold that fight? The 8-second clips. They didn't show Tyson the whole training session. It's all smart marketing, man. Watching 8 seconds of Tyson, he looks like a ferocious animal again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
So, but they knew how to do it, man.
Someone asked me, was I going to watch the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones? And I said, listen, if you put Mike Tyson on a mule in the Kentucky Derby, not only am I going to watch it, I'm going to bet on Mike to win. If you put Mike Tyson's picture on a bottle of Jamaican jerk sauce, I'm going to the supermarket now, and I'm buying half a dozen. It's Mike Tyson. And if Damon Feldman get Mike Tyson in the ring for celebrity boxing to fight anyone, people are going to tune in.
Tyson's wife's from Philly. You know that, right, girl? So I am in talks with a couple things right now about a couple things with Tyson. I'm going to throw in a couple ideas, see what happens. He doesn't really want to fight a real fight, but he might want to fight one of the celebrities I have, fun match. You know what I mean? Listen, people still pay to say it, to see him play around with that celebrity, because in their head, it's just like anything. They're going to see who they think would win. Like, it's going to be a question mark in their mind. And just like the Jake Paul guys, they're too, they're trying. They're not fighters. They're not real fighters. I don't care what they say.
And people are going to watch Mike, and Mike is marketable. It doesn't matter who Mike is facing.
People want to see Mike. Will pay Mike just to watch Mike just walk down the street. You don't know if he's going to attack a dog, at that time. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson's redemption story, man. Mike Tyson's story.
I have his book. It's an incredible story, man.
There's a guy. Yeah. 18 years old, he was a millionaire. Like in reality. And then at 20, he was world champion, had millions and millions.
Yeah.
And got messed. And another hit the brick wall with Robin Givens. It was all part of this journey to get him to where he's at. I swear on anything, he may have forced it. There's no way Mike Tyson. I know, like, they really overdid that with that, and everybody knows that. I mean, but Mike Tyson's just what a story, man. Like Mike Tyson, you'll love this story. So my dad,
incredible.
My dad had Mike Picchiotti. Do you remember him?
Of course, everybody know Mike Picchiotti from Upper Darby, the welterweight.
So Picchiotti fought Kevin Rooney. That was Tyson's trainer. Remember that?
Yep.
So, and Tyson was there. We were like, I didn't know who Tyson was at the time, but it was like, I was a kid and he was walking around. He looked like a football player. And Picchiotti knocked out Rooney in like the 4th round, right? But it was cool seeing him. And Custy Amato, you look back and you're like, damn, man, that was Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? And man, Mike Tyson's just amazing.
I tell you this. I would love to see Mike Tyson versus Betty White. I'm just joking. Celebrity boxing.
Yeah. Hey, battle of the sexes. Nah.
Listen, if you get Mike, I don't care who's against Mike. We have to remember Muhammad Ali faced Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And we can go to YouTube and hear Richard Pryor talking about it.
And the nigga is so fast, you don't see his punches till they coming back. That's all you see, right in your mind. Be saying, wait a minute now. There was some shit in my face a minute ago. I know that.
Sammy Davis Jr. faced Muhammad Ali for charity. So those were great bouts. So you put.
What about Will
Tyson.
Chamberlain? Did Will Chamberlain take on Ali, or was that just more for pictures?
they posed for a picture, but they were seriously thinking about Will Chamberlain facing Muhammad Ali.
I know. I remember that.
And I tell you this, I love Will Chamberlain, but Ali would have destroyed him.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That's just like when they get to, like, so when they say who would have won, Rocky Marciano or Ali, that one, that there's not even a chance. People don't understand. Marciano was good at 185 pounds.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, 215, still
6'3", and the fastest boxer ever as a heavy. People say, well, Ali was fast for a heavyweight. No, he was the fastest boxer, period.
Yeah, man. He's just amazing to watch. I mean, Ali.
Yeah.
Who do you think would have Ali, or if they ever did it? How about Ali or Tyson? Who do you think would have won?
I'll say Ali.
That would have been something, man.
I think with Muhammad's chin, Muhammad's speed. I remember when Tyson fought Tony Tucker, and Tucker was 6'5", 220. Tucker went the distance.
Yeah.
But with Ali, I'm talking about a prime Ali. I'm not talking about the Ali that fought Trevor Berbick in 1981. I'm talking about a prime Ali. People have to look at Ali, look at his speed, the movement, the footwork, the chin. I mean, I don't think too many people could compete with that.
I mean, look what in reality, George Foreman was a Mike Tyson, like, and bigger at that one point. And what he did to George Foreman, that was just masterful. How he just knew how to do it, man. He knew how to block, punch, just beat him down. He just beat George down.
And what's unfortunate, Damon, is that we didn't see Muhammad Ali in his prime due to him not going to the Vietnam War and protesting.
Yeah.
He was suspended. They took his license. So for 3 years, a prime Muhammad Ali, we did not see him from 67 to, I think, 70. He lost the prime 3 years of his career.
Let me ask you a question, because I can't recollect this, but when he fought Frazier, was that his first fight coming out after he was off for 3 years?
No, he fought Jerry Quarry in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Quarry, right. That was his comeback fight. Yeah. But I think we only have a few minutes left. Chris says it's going to cut off, but this has been a great conversation, man. How can people reach you on Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram at CelebrityBoxing1, and or check out officialcelebrityboxing.com. We are always looking for different personalities, guys who always get the chance to step in the ring, no experience needed, and it's controlled entertainment.
And lastly, last person that wanted to do a celebrity match was Lope Dogg, Big Brody's brother. He said he wanted to fight Cat Williams. So if Cat is watching this, somebody wants to fight him, Lope Dogg.
Let's go, Cat. Come on, man. It's your time.
Well, thank you, Damon. We'll pick this up again, man. Celebrity boxing. You're at the forefront. You are the godfather of celebrity boxing. Everybody is, what they say, never imitated, often duplicated. Always imitated, often duplicated.
All I do, I just keep moving, man. I never quit. I never surrender.
So thank you for being on here, man.
Thank you for having me, George.
And I will be watching out for you. This is going to be the year for celebrity boxing again.
Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you, George. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Thank you, my brother.
Oh, man. Bye-bye.
Express.